Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tales of Three, your favorite queer D&D-based podcast. My name is Dusty, my pronouns are they, she, and I play Ivy Nightpriest Tinkerfey, whose pronouns are she, her. And Ariana is waiting for me to say something stupid, but I never say anything stupid, so you can see it in her face right now.
You can see it in her smile.
I thought you were going to make fun of my continuity document. Hello, everyone.
Why would I would never make fun of your continuity document. You put so much hard work into that.
My name is Ariana. My pronouns are she, her. I play Laura Spindlespark, whose pronouns are also she, her. And I don't know if you know this, but I have a continuity document.
It is 43 pages
today.
long.
It is. This is only for Arc 2. There's 3 other continuity documents for Arc 1, the travel, and the time that we spent in Osrin. So this is technically the 4th one. It is 42 pages long.
This is for 14 episodes, and it's 43 pages?
Yes.
8,119 words, to be specific.
And if you would like access to the continuity document, you can join.
No.
We do have a Patreon, though, and you should join it. Not for the continuity.
If you donate $100, we will give you access to one of the continuity documents.
Absolutely the fuck not.
How much is my continuity document? All right, this is actually making me feel good. Keep talking about it. How much is my continuity document?
Hello, everyone. My name is Wayra. My pronouns are she, they, and I play Varys, whose pronouns are he, they. And, this continuity document.
$101.
No.
We're going to do an auction.
Yeah. For access to our continuity document?
Yeah, $102.
You don't want it. Trust me, you don't want it.
I'm saying it's worth money, Ariana.
It's worth a lot of money, but you'll get lost in the sauce.
No, you won't. It's even color-coded, you guys. Actually, I'm a little behind on my color coding.
Is it?
I'm like 5 episodes behind on color coding. Yeah. Listen, my arm is like broken, okay?
It's like broken. Have you ever read a book so good, so juicy, so jaw-dropping, you just had to call up the first person you could think of and have a certified yap session about it? Well, when that happens, come check out Margin Mavens on YouTube and Spotify and listen to 2 people do the same. With weekly new episodes that highlight your favorite books, authors, and content creators, Margin Mavens features 2 awesome people who have a love for everything bookish. A little bonus, you may hear one of us on an episode. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So check them out today.
A note regarding content warnings. This campaign is a dark fantasy that deals consistently with topics of body horror, complicated relationship dynamics, emotional distress, fantasy violence, gore, mechanized spiders, mental health and illness, profanity, and romantic and sexual relationships. A full list of episode-specific content warnings can always be found in the show notes of each episode. Last time, after saying their goodbyes, Chuo stepped through a tree and landed in Oladell. Just kidding. Before that, in the space between spaces where teleportation takes place, Alara once again got a glimpse of the details inside the portal. Like stops on a train, she saw other places the teleportation station could lead to, one of which was a dark place with black ichor leaching into the ground and a veiled person who made direct eye contact with our favorite artificer. But it was over in a flash, and the group stepped through to the town of Oladell, where they met Sawara once again. She led them to an inn to drop off their things, and then to meet Reshma, the town leader who briefed them on the dam and the creature, and then took them to meet Wisp, the injured artificer who was attacked by the serpent creature. Alara accidentally thanked Wisp's wife, Aranthe, who decided not to waive off the debt. Our trio questioned Wisp, who was more than happy to have visitors, and she told them about the dam, the damage, and what little details she could remember about the creature. Oh, and that a super secret magical locked door was mysteriously unlocked the day she was attacked. Surely that's just a coincidence, right? Anyway, much to Ivy and Alara's surprise, Arias walked in to tend to Wisp's wounds, and we pick up now with Ivy joking that our favorite cleric was going to be Varys' replacement.
Varys laughs. Says, well, it's a pleasure to meet my replacement.
If I am to understand correctly, you and I have very different roles in the group. I am much more well-suited to scenarios like this, healing and taking care of people. And you see he starts mixing some paste in a bowl.
Of that, you've got me beat for sure.
He's so serious. I love it.
Now, I do hate to be the one to break up a party, But Wisp, you do need rest. Perhaps you've talked enough for the day.
Oh, come on now. I just woke up. I've been sleeping for days.
Don't you want that wing to be in tip-top shape again? And he holds out the paste.
She sighs. All right, you got me beat. What do y'all do?
Well, Ivy waves goodbye and then walks out.
I will say, as they're going to stand and saying their goodbyes to walk out, Alara will give some of her healing salve to Arias to help with Wisp's wing. I don't know if it's actually going to do anything, but she's going to hand some off to Arias. And you watch Arias and Wisp probably fussing over each other as he's trying to apply this paste to her wing.
She pretends to be dramatic. She like puts her back of her hand up to her forehead. She's like, "Oh, you saved me! I was just in so much pain."
Alara giggles as she walks out.
Varys chuckles and heads out, taking some chairs with him and setting them back where they were.
So,
I believe we have people to talk to get more information about this serpent. And perhaps we should speak to whoever is leading the guards here, or talk about maybe setting up a watch around the dam, if indeed there's a person who set that creature loose. Not that I'm 100% sure of that being the case, but I do feel caution is warranted. I don't think this town is used to
trouble?
Yeah, so.
She nods. I guess we should probably find Cohen or Takoa or Reshma again. Is Sawara the head of the guard? Do we know who?
Sawara's not the head of the guard, no.
Okay.
Ivy is like looking over something at like maybe her nails or something, and she's like, "It's a really big monster."
Alara looks at you wide-eyed, waiting for more information.
Is that all the knowledge you have to grace us with, Ivy?
Well, you wanted to go talk to other people about it, so I figured.
I wasn't aware that you knew about it.
You didn't ask.
You didn't offer.
Alara is like, are you kidding me?
Varys is smirking.
She shrugs and she goes, "It's basically a giant snake with jagged armored scales, and it's like iridescent. If this is an adult, it would take 2 Varyses to like hold the thing, but if it's a baby, it's probably about taller than me."
Ivy, most things are taller than you, but I appreciate that.
She points to Bia. Bia's not.
She's in spirit.
True.
Is it common? Like, is it a common creature around here, or?
No, generally it lives like in really deep freshwater.
So what is it doing here?
Maybe it was somebody's pet that they didn't want to take care of anymore, so they released it into the water.
A pet that takes 2 Varyses to hold.
As a baby, they could have released it, and then it grew up, and it was like, ah.
Ivy, make another nature check to see if you can recall any additional information about it.
17.
As you're kind of saying it, you do recall that they do definitely survive in like very deep, dark, cold, fresh water.
Mm-hmm.
They come to warmer, shallower water to nest and lay their eggs. The eggs need warmth, and the mother needs a small, secluded space away from predators to lay her eggs.
She thinks about it for a moment, and then she's like, "You know, when they lay eggs, they do look for enclosed spaces. I wonder if maybe this one laid eggs?"
So things just got a whole lot harder, is what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm. There might be a clutch somewhere. How many eggs do they lay, generally?
You don't know. But you know creatures like this typically lay maybe like a handful.
So she like approximate the size of these eggs, which in our world would be like a tire.
The size of a tire.
She's like, so the eggs are generally like this big, and they can lay 5 to 6 of them.
That's big. I love that we're standing in a dark hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about this. You know what's funny?
What?
What's everybody's passive perception?
10.
17.
Versus 18. It's funny, because like as you mentioned that, I think you realize that somebody is standing in the hallway with you. Varys and Ivy notice.
Ivy doesn't care.
Cool.
Who is it?
Varys makes eye contact with them. Yeah, Ivy, you recognize them. That's Novik.
Ah.
Yay!
Just standing there with his arms crossed, leaning against the wall.
I think Ivy waves and continues on the conversation. Like, she notices him as she's like describing how big the egg is. So you see her like she's like making a circle. She stops, waves, and then continues on with it.
He nods. But doesn't say a damn word. He watches you explain.
Alara looks when Ivy waves, and then Alara waves. That's Novik.
And he gives a little smile to you, Alara, and nods as well.
He's like, fuck you, Ivy.
Oh, so that's him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The whole gang's here, apparently.
Apparently. Should I be concerned about my spot in this group? He looks at Ivy.
She's like, I don't know, how good can you punch?
Just shrugs.
How tall is Novik?
6'1".
Okay, so Varys is taller.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So, we need to make sure this creature isn't protecting eggs. I assume that if that's the case, we will be relocating them, yes?
I mean, I guess.
If we don't lose our life, yes.
Fair.
Okay, hold on. So, really quick. So, murder and violence is just reserved for people. When it's a huge creature with babies, we just relocate them.
And I was thinking about relocating the babies. If the mother comes after us, it's fair game.
Okay, but then who's going to take care of the babies?
It's a 6-foot snake, Ilara. I think it can take care of itself.
You think?
That was a rhetorical thing.
I'm sorry, Alara. Should I have jumped to violence first in this scenario?
No, I just was making it. It was probably like an inappropriate, too soon, joke. I was a little taken aback, is all.
We're trying to input your wisdom into the conversation, now you're blasting our asses for it.
No, that's really great. I appreciate it.
Because I can revert. I have no issue.
No.
No.
Okay, yes. So figure out if it has babies. But she points like one finger. Okay, figure out if it has babies, and then she points her second finger and she looks at you, Varys.
So I actually think that our first point of operations is to make sure that
she puts her second finger down.
To make sure that there is not the possibility of a person or persons involved in this.
Okay.
And to organize the guard accordingly.
Okay.
The second thing we should do is probably see how the dam is handling.
Okay.
Check which point it has entered from. And then we probably should figure out where it is. If it does have babies, and then we'll need to assess from there. Because if it does have babies, it's going to be more aggressive.
That might have been why it used Wisp as a ragdoll.
Maybe. I wonder if there's a place in this town that we could do some research and see if we can learn more about it, or... Well, I guess we should probably talk to some of those people too, because they might have even more information.
My information not good enough?
No, your information was wonderful.
She's obviously joking.
Preliminary information, I'm sure there's another level of information. What can it do?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Ivy's doing that shit-eating half smile that she does sometimes.
Sorry, did I just hear that there's possibly a person involved in this incident here?
Hi, Novik.
Hello again, Alara.
Yes. Maybe. We're not sure.
Okay. Should I don't know, maybe organize some people to check that out, or?
That would be great. She relays what Wisp told them to Novik. Honestly, I think the best course of action, and do whatever you think is best, but my personal thought would be to try and figure out if the door was actually maybe broken into or, forcibly opened. I really hope it's not somebody that just forgot to lock it, but that's also an option.
So the only person who checks out that dam is Wisp.
So then most likely someone broke into it.
Right. However, that door is no longer standing. It's just a hole in the wall.
Oh, yeah. No, that would do it. That would do it.
So I guess we can't really investigate the door if it's not there anymore.
No. We'll need to figure out, I think, maybe who had access to
It's
the
a
general
mystery.
area. Can you figure out who all works there?
Yeah, I can ask around. I can also get some people to check out for footprints in the area.
That's a good idea.
Now, maybe get Soara on that. She's good at tracking.
We have it's a whole team. We got a whole team going.
Right. If it does turn out to be a person, and he looks at you, Ivy, should we report that to Titania? Because that could mean...
Unsealing, Laura whispers.
I think it depends on what the goal of this was. Do you understand?
I fail to see how the goal of this could be anything but malicious, but sure.
I meant more so of like, if this was like an unseelie bit, or if this was just a shitty teenager, or if this was just in, you know what I mean? Like in-town issues. If it's an in-town issue or a shitty teenager, I don't think it needs to go back to the Queen. I think whoever is a part of this area can deal with that. But if it's outside the town's scope, then yes.
Right. So that makes sense. I agree with that. And proceed with that notion. This power source, this dam, powers, I think, 3 or 4 other towns besides this one.
Oh shit.
So there's 4 other towns without light or fresh water.
Oh wow.
Should we disperse some people to that area to check on them?
Yes, also if whoever you send could request that a leader or representative of those towns could come up here so that I can discuss this with all of them, I think that would also be best.
All right. Well, I will check back in. Should I meet you folks at the inn this evening? And
I think that would be best, yes.
all right. I'll see you then. Good luck. Good to see you again.
Oh, Varys, this is Novik. Novik, this is Varys.
Oh, so you're him. Novik holds out a hand to Varys. Good to meet you. Likewise. They shake hands.
Novik is a very good person to have on your side.
Novik kind of smiles a bit. Well, I'm glad to hear that they were in good hands. They were. And he looks at Varys pointedly and says, I will be back. I'll see you tonight. And he leaves.
Alara's smiling at Ivy.
What?
You just took charge, you know, you were just like, do this and do that, and I say this and I say that.
She like...
It was great.
Mm-hmm. She doesn't know what to say, I think.
I've just never seen you, you know? Like, you just knew that, you know? It was cool.
It was impressive.
I appreciate you thinking so. Yeah, she's uncomfortable.
Take the compliments.
I don't think you've ever seen her this uncomfortable.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. She like fiddles with the hem of some like her shirt or something. Anyways, I think we should probably go check out the dam now.
Or talk to the people. Wait,
or either
wait.
one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we did the first step. I think they're walking out of the dark hallway now.
Yeah.
I think Arias has finished his thing and he's already like, he's waved as he's walked by. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are still here. So we did the people thing. So Novik is gonna find out, investigate that. So the next thing is to check out the dam. And she like checks it off her list.
Ivy looks over her shoulder at the list.
It scribbles.
Can I read her handwriting? Like, what's her handwriting like?
What would that check be to decipher
Oh
someone's
god, investigation intelligence.
Investigate. Make an investigation.
17.
It's very sloppy. It takes you a second, and Alara's not hiding it. I don't think she realizes that you're like peering over to begin with.
Yeah.
So like, there's notes about pretty much everything Wisp said. The faster someone was talking, the more like indecipherable it gets. But you do realize that you can tell when she was rushing that change language. It's not written in common. The faster she was writing, the more she was scribbling, trying to get the information down. It looks like she started writing in a different language. Make a separate intelligence check to see if you could pick up what language it is.
Not my strong suit. 19.
So here's what I'll say. With a 19, you do not recognize what language it is, but you do understand, being someone who speaks multiple languages and common not being your native language, right? That sometimes when people it's not their native language and they're trying to do something quickly, they will revert back to what their native language is. And so you think that's what's happening. Alar's a half elf, right? So you would probably assume common or elvish. You're staring at the writing, and there is no way that that is any derivative of elvish or sylvan or anything that you have ever seen.
As Alara is looking over her notes, she sees Ivy's index finger come into her point of view, and she points to one of the sections that's mostly that other language.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? What language is this?
Oh, it's Goblin. Oh my god! Oh my god! She like laughs. I didn't even realize that I wrote that. I was just trying to write really fast, you know?
Why is your native language Goblin? She looks at you with that like stare where you can tell that she's like perceiving something. And she knows she's right. Like she knows that this is a native language for you.
She shrugs and she's, oh, my dad's native language is Goblin, so that's what I learned to speak first.
Her brows crinkle a bit. Is your dad Goblin?
Mm-hmm.
And your mum?
Is not a Goblin.
I kind of figured that, looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
What's your mum?
Not a Goblin.
Goblin is a fascinating looking language.
Ivy nods.
It is.
I think she's decided something. You can tell when it flickers over her face that she's decided something. And she just sort of shrugs and goes, all right, where are we going?
To the dam.
To the dam or to get information?
Well, you said the dam was number 2. Can we deviate from the plan?
I think we can.
Do you want to talk to people first?
I think it would be a good idea to see if anyone had additional information on the creature. The more we know going in, the better our chances for success.
Okay. Off we go.
Are we going to go see Rashma or another person?
I guess we can start there, or whoever we see when we get out there, who can direct us in the right, way.
Yeah, for sure.
We go outside, I guess.
All right, so you guys exit. Anyone who wants to, make a perception check.
I do.
I do.
Natural 20.
No way.
6. No, 9, actually.
25.
Nice. I got literally a 7. So, upon exiting, Ivy, you're looking around. You guys are making your way back to the place that you know the leader of the town is, and you notice that there is a couple people hanging around, just like chatting, going about their business. That you could ask where the other folks are, the other two, Takoa and Cohen. But you also notice that there is a guard very distantly tailing you guys, just casually.
Ivy stops and turns around and looks at him.
He stops. It's no one you recognize, but he's wearing the correct gear.
She just stares at him.
He stares back. He just kind of nods too.
She walks over to him. Are you lost? Or do you have something to ask? Or do you just make it a habit to follow people?
I wouldn't say I haven't.
Okay.
It's a job.
To follow me? Or...
To protect you.
Oh, so you see, normally when somebody decides to be on my ass, they tell me first?
He, looks at you quizzically. Like he's not sure if this is supposed to be a joke or... He seems confused.
No, for real. If somebody's going to be watching me or following me or protecting me, they tell me first instead of just awkwardly following at a 10-foot pace behind me.
You've had people protecting you since you've gotten here. You ran into Novik earlier, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And Sawara was with you before that.
Yes, those are obvious ones. I know those people. I don't know who you are.
Right. Barris looks at you, Ivy, and says, is that normal?
This is not normal. Can I have your name or something? Are you just going to be a weirdo?
You may not have my name.
Whatever. Can I know your name? I have no interest in having your name.
Doran. You see on his chest, he's got one gray gem. It's a fighter.
What does he look like? Is he an Eladrin?
He's an Eladrin, yeah. He's in his summer form. He's got short, almost buzz cut level blonde hair. He seems rather young.
Fresh.
Yeah, fresh.
Ivy nods. All right. Try to keep up, I guess. She turns around and continues walking.
Cool. He just follows quietly, keeping an eye out around you guys so you don't have to.
Alara whispers to Varys, "This is weird."
Which part? The escort or the awkward introduction?
She thinks about it. All of it. But mostly the escort.
It is.
That's typical Ivy stuff. The introduction, I mean.
Chuckles. Do you think people just get nervous around you, Ivy?
I don't know why they would.
No, I can't imagine why. It is weird, though, that you have a guard.
Yeah, that's normal. But I was being honest, they normally introduce themselves to me.
Ferris stops and looks at the guy.
Imposter.
I'm gonna have him make an insight check. It's not very good. It's a 14.
Alara's just eating snacks.
Lara's munching.
Mm-hmm.
Munching.
Laura pulls a bag of pretzels out of her pocket. They're 3 years expired, but that's fine.
It doesn't matter. She likes stale stuff, I guess.
They still crunch.
They still munch.
Ivy watches Alara pull a bag of pretzels out and she points at it and she's like,
"Do you want some?"
"No."
She shrugs.
As Varys is looking at this guy.
He fully stopped, looked at him. The guy stopped as well. And like took a step back, actually. But Varys shakes his head and keeps walking.
"What is that?"
You good?
Yeah, I'm alright. I don't know, I just thought it was weird. If you say that most of your guards introduce themselves, one acting out of the ordinary is a little suspicious.
Alara looks at him. I'm gonna make an insight check.
Yeah, Ivy does too now.
6. She looks at him and she shrugs and she keeps eating her pretzels.
7.
He looks confused.
Ivy points at him. Are you a real god or are you a fake god?
Wait, what?
I'm sorry, was I speaking a different language?
Yeah, I'm a real guard.
Tell me something only real gods know.
Ivy, look at the brooch. Look at the brooch up close. Does it look like a real brooch?
Does it look like a real brooch?
Make a investigation check.
Dirty 20.
Avi, you're looking at this guy's brooch, and it's not the brooch that tips you off. Something's a little weird. It's the fact that his armor doesn't fit properly.
Oh my god! I thought we were just being shitty.
I think she looks it over and she nods and she's like, all right, and turns around and keeps walking, but very quietly to the other two because they're still a bit of ways up. She's like, not a real god.
Ferris looks at you. Are you serious?
His armor doesn't fit properly.
Alara goes to turn around and look at him.
She grabs your arm and forces you to keep going.
Ow! Okay. Are you guys joking?
No, we're changing plans and we're going to go. She thinks about it for a moment. Let's go somewhere where there's not people.
She puts her pretzels in her pocket. Wouldn't we want to stay in an area that's like light, and why would we go to an area where there's no people around?
So if he starts blasting off, there's no casualties?
Alara takes a stuttered breath. Should we make stealth checks to see if he can hear us?
Well, now that are you trying to be
Yeah,
quiet?
she said she
Yeah.
was whispering.
Yeah.
Fair. Make a
Because we were 10
stealth
feet
check.
away.
Don't bother, he doesn't hear shit.
I just want you to know I got a 2 and a 3 on the die.
You got a natural 1.
Nice.
So there's no, unless you roll a nat 1.
And then be rollies. Ivy looks around. Is there anywhere that she can see that's like leading to like an open field or something, or a training ground or something?
Well, you know where the gardens are, which has the transportation station. You can see up there right now, there's no one really in that immediate area. You also can see that there's several paths that lead into the woods, and one that leads right down by the riverside.
Alara's walking with you guys, but she is also like, why wouldn't we just go ask one of the other guards that we know is a real guard if they know this person? And if they don't, then we have like a crew. We have a crew.
So we could do that, for sure. Paris chuckles a bit and says, however, we're in an interesting scenario where there are two different groups of guards here. One is familiar with one group, and one is familiar with another.
And this person might know what's happening. Who broke in?
Oh, so you...
This person might be the person who broke in.
Oh, I thought you meant like he was trying to get close to us so he could give us the information.
What?
She shakes her head.
I'm sorry, did you think that someone has taken the place of another guard to give us information?
You think someone...
Just walk up to us and give?
Yeah.
You think someone either killed or incapacitated one of the Queen's Guard to follow me 20 feet behind?
To give you, because what if...
To give me information. Mm-hmm.
Because my thought was like, what if there's a whole, like, coup going on?
Mm-hmm.
And so this person has to, like, pretend so that they can get close to us to give us the information that we need.
Well, we'll give them that opportunity.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Or we'll get the opportunity to get the information ourselves.
Vers cracks his knuckles. That is certainly an option.
Well, hopefully it doesn't, we can just talk. We're going to just talk it out and it's going to be fine.
Vers nods and, like, kind of shrugs, like,
While Alara follows her compatriots, her companions, her besties.
Vers follows as well. So where does Ivy decide to lead them?
Into the woods, I think.
Into the woods.
This is insane, but okay.
Okay.
I think she's hoping that there's going to be a clearing.
Ivy, you step out down the path.
Mm-hmm.
Heading into the woods. Are you keeping an eye on this guy?
Yeah, of course.
Make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
As you approach the woods, his face typically was previously, like, a little confused, but, like, generally joyful, has gone stock still.
I think she goes, "You good, bestie?"
I'm great. Just following you.
What the fuck is happening?
Mm-hmm.
Ivy, make an insight check.
13 plus this time 4, so 17.
I think you know
Yeah.
that something's not right with this guy. It's like he wants you to go there. There's a little bit of a buzzing energy beneath it. He wants you to go down this path.
Let me get my character sheet up.
I think she looks around and she's like, I think she turns to Varys and Alara and she's like, "Are we sure this is the way?"
Not entirely. Could have been the one on the right.
I think she goes back, like retraces her step back and looks at the right path. Where does the right path lead?
Down by the lake.
Fuck, yeah, it is this way. And heads down towards the lake. What does the guy do?
His expression doesn't change. The energy doesn't dim.
And she still goes, I think, down that way. And then when they're sufficiently outside of, like, people, she turns around. "All right, so who are you really?"
He looks at you confused. What do you mean?
She gives the most, like looking down on somebody look. She's like, "I'm not stupid. Who are you really? What do you want?"
My name's Doran, as I said earlier, and I want to do my job.
Okay, cool. What is your actual job? Ivy side-eyes Alara.
To protect Ivy?
Insight check.
Insight check away.
2.
Dirty 20.
Ivy, you get the sense that his job has something to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
The protection might not be it.
She nods. Okay, so I believe that your job is something to do about me. Are you here to try and kill me?
He laughs. Why would I do that?
I don't fucking know. I know you're not part of the Queen's Guard. You could have probably knocked out somebody with a better fitting armor, but...
He nods and hangs his head a little bit. You watch his smile grow on his face and grow.
Oh no.
And grow until it's obnoxiously large for his face.
Alara steps back.
It doesn't sit right.
Ivy stands her ground, though.
And you watch, like, this kind of shadow appear beneath where he stands from his shadow and just kind of start to manifest into a solid form and pull out around him. And it's growing. Are you guys doing anything?
I think Ivy is standing and watching, still looking so unimpressed, but I do think she is, like, preparing a spell.
I'm going to have Varys hold an action as well.
So you see by her hands, both of her hands, what looks like moonlight start to coalesce at her fingertips.
Oh, moonbeam.
Yeah, she's holding moonbeam.
Nice. You see this vermilion smoke start to coalesce around Varys' fingertips. It's the same type that summons the scythe.
She puts her electric glove on and, like, sighs so heavily. But also she's a little afraid because she's like, what the fuck?
Does she try and, like, hide that, or is she just doing it?
No, I think when the creature's shadow thing starts growing and she sees the other two preparing their actions, she reaches into her pocket and you hear the zap of, like, the electricity. And I think she's gonna say, though.
Ooh. Ooh, a one-liner? Ooh.
No.
Shock
She's
and
not going to do a
shove.
one-liner. No. She's going to
Get
be like,
ready for the
listen,
shock and shove.
we're really trying here to not do violence. So what is your deal, person?
You got involved with the wrong scenario if you thought that you were going to come here and not do violence. He reaches a hand up, and the shadow coalesces around his hand, and he closes it and pulls down. And in the distance, in your peripheral, up by the garden, you see clouds form, and something black streaks down and strikes the portal, erupting in a thunderous sound. And distantly, you can hear screaming.
Oh, no. Can we see anything or no?
Perception check.
Oh, sure. Let me get a different die. 12.
You see fire,
Oh, boy.
and you see people rushing away from the garden. I should thank you. And he looks directly at you, Alara. I don't know if I would have been able to find her if it wasn't for you.
She looks at him confused. Can I do something?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
No.
I want to sleight of hand the paralytic dart out of my pocket and throw it.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. Make an attack roll.
Oh, that's an 18 on the die. 23.
If that hits.
Yay.
You see her just throw her hand into her pocket and she comes out with the dart and she just throws it at like his shoulder or wherever there's not armor that'll pierce him.
So it hits. And does the paralytic effect take hold right away? Or is it slow?
Make a constitution save.
14.
What do you think? With a 14, he's got like how long to do something
rounds.
before? 2 rounds?
I don't think that he's going to take them. He takes the one. And he looks at you, Alara, and he says, I saw you through the portal. And for a minute, you've watched his face flash to that black veil and a crown.
That I saw in the portal.
And those wide eyes, the same person, that you saw through the portal.
Fuck.
And then he looks at you, Ivy. Make a dexterity saving throw.
15.
You dodge out of the way. Just as you blink, this guy is in front of you and tried to reach for you.
Jesus Christ.
That shadow coalescing around sharp nails now.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 of you were previously holding an action. So at this point, I'm going to get us each to roll an initiative roll to see what goes off first.
Okay.
Oh,
19.
17.
Y'all beat the creature in initiative, so that's pretty dope. First up is Varys, who, upon seeing this creature reach for Ivy, finishes the manifestation of his scythe and is going to take a hit. And he's going to take a step back as he, takes an overhead slash down on this person's forearm. For a disgusting natural 20.
Yeah.
So for 21 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Varys kind of steps back and takes an overhead swing and comes down right onto the part just below the elbow of the arm with the blade, kind of severing it clean off.
Oh,
Wow.
jeez.
It drops to the ground, and you watch as it kind of melts.
Love it. Love that.
Not in molten flesh or water, but in that inky, kind of shadowy darkness.
Mm-hmm.
It bleeds into the ground and is gone.
Great.
And I think with the rest of Varys' turn, he's going to turn and put himself between you, Ivy, and the creature that's still there. Next up is Ivy.
Is there a way that I can blast off Moonbeam without it hitting Varys?
I'd say yes, if you position it, the center of it a little bit further behind the creature, definitely.
Cool. That's what I'm gonna do.
Constitution saving throw. It's got an 18 on the die, so I think it passes.
It passes. But it still takes half.
Get him.
Actually, it's got to make its roll a disadvantage.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was an 18 again.
Is it a shapeshifter?
It is a shape changer.
So with her left hand, which is coalescing with that moonlight, the moment that Varys lobs off this guy's arm, she throws her hand up into the sky like the guy did, clenches her fist and brings it down. But instead of a portal being destroyed, a beam of moonlight comes down
Love it.
and just engulfs this man.
She's like, I could do it too.
Amazing. You watch as like this kind of like shimmering golden light kind of coalesces around the creature, and something shimmers and shifts for a moment about its appearance, but it locks in and it doesn't change beyond that. And when Varys sees its moonbeam, he takes a slight step back, like not wanting to get caught up in that. Like, oh.
Varys will notice though that it comes like right in front of him,
and his toes.
Almost like she planned it.
Yeah.
Like it like barely touches his shoe tips.
Yeah, he does like a little oh shit and like moves back, but still keeps that distance between you two. All right, that would be Alara's turn.
Okay, so the paralytic dart, we said he has 2 rounds before something happens, right? That we know of?
This will be the last round, yeah.
So you see, she's got her glove on and it's like sparking with electricity. And she goes, I'm guessing I can't stick my hand in there, right?
Probably a bad idea, to be honest.
She rips her glove off. She takes out her crossbow and she doesn't use a special, because she has... No, she's not going to waste it. And Basil said to be careful with the lightning one. So she's just going to shoot a regular crossbow bolt. Lucky 13 for a total of 18.
That hits.
8 points of piercing damage. And with a bonus action, is the creature still in Ivy's range?
Mm-hmm.
Technically, even though Varys stepped in front, or not technically?
No, it's not in immediate range.
So she throws her hand out and you watch these gold nanobots fly out of her sleeve and they start to surround Ivy. I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Ivy because it was attacking Ivy. And she just goes, Ivy, get out of its way, like run away, essentially, like back up from it. So if you take an action, you'll break it, but that's fine because at least the creature can't attack you next time. It's got to make a wisdom save if it tries to attack Ivy.
Perfect.
Alara's gonna back up a little bit too, since she can't do anything if she gets in melee because of the moonbeam.
Good call. All right. That brings us to the entity's turn.
Bitch.
Having lost its arm, it's weird because you think that losing like a limb, getting smited by a moonbeam, and hit with some bolts would cause some pain. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
People would ordinarily cry out. This creature hasn't made a sound.
Is it bleeding?
It is not.
Something weird's
bleeding.
going on.
In fact, it kind of lifts up the nub where its arm used to be. There is no fleshy delineation. It's more like a silhouette, a shadow, instead of a limb.
Okay.
And it kind of looks it over curiously. Looks at the 3 of you as if assessing what to do next.
Ivy flips him off.
As she does, the gold dots like circle around her finger.
He tilts his head and looks at you, Ivy, smirks a bit, and says, I won't be the last. And you watch as suddenly that creature loses form and splatters to the ground as sort of like a liquidized shadow and begins to seep in.
Does he leave the dart?
The dart, yeah, lands on the ground.
Does it leave the armor behind?
It does leave the armor behind.
Would I assume that he's like gone?
You don't see his shadow anymore. I think that you assume that he's gone or is quickly fleeing. Do you want to make a perception check?
Yeah.
I'm going to have Varys make a perception check as well.
21. 14 plus 7.
Perfect. Okay. 18 for Varys. He doesn't see any movement in the ground. There's no remnants of it, which makes no sense. You know, Ivy looking around, that he's nowhere in sight. If he was here, he's gone. You see out of the corner of your eye some rustling in the leaves about 30, maybe 40 feet away. A few seconds pass by, and you're standing there, waiting. Varys hasn't dropped his scythe yet. He's waiting for something else to happen. But as the moments tick by, it doesn't come back. And the sounds in the background of people screaming and running filter in through the haze of battle.
I think you watch the moonbeam dissipate from her fingers. All right, Alara, what did you see?
Right, yes, we should definitely talk about that, but we should also go make sure that there's a fire. People.
Varys nods, letting his scythe dissipate.
Are you okay, Ivy?
I'm okay. Do we see people like taking care of the fire?
Yeah.
Because there's a whole town there.
There you see make a perception check, actually.
18 plus whatever the fuck. 7.
You do see guards rushing towards the center of town, towards that fire.
Mm-hmm.
But Ivy, that portal, it's splinters now. There's no way for you to get back. And no way for them to send reinforcements, except for by foot. They've isolated you.
You watch as she like scrubs a hand down the front of her face. Well, they've got it under control. Alara, what did you see?
I was gonna tell you later because when we went through the portal, did you both see anything?
No.
No?
Okay. Well, something is happening to me when I go through portals, apparently. Because it's like it's really slow for me. And I saw it was quick, but it was slow, I guess, compared to what you guys saw. I saw a bunch of different towns, like as if maybe like stops along the way, right? Like different, I'm assuming, teleportation locations. But I saw a person or a creature or something. It was wearing all black with a veil and a crown. And like at the last second, it just looked at me with these white eyes, and then we stepped out of the portal. And the creature was surrounded by this like dark, inky blackness, and it was like spreading. And that person was, it showed me the face of the creature that I saw in the portal.
All right, so that was a priest of corruption.
A what?
That is the same entity. Or maybe one of the same that I saw in the Unseelie.
Okay, so, what do we do?
Well, it's gone now. I'm more concerned right now about the town and getting the animal away from it. And then we can unpack the fact that apparently there is a hit put on me by King Nemeth. Do I assume that the grab was meant to hurt me or meant to, like, grab me?
Retroactive insight check?
Post-adrenaline thinking about it?
Yeah.
12 plus 4, 16.
It doesn't make any sense, what you recall. It did have clawed hands. It looked like, outwardly, it was going to hurt you, but then at the last second, it kind of curled its hand as if it was going to grab you. You're not really sure what its intentions were, but you're not certain that it was to hurt you.
All I knew is that it was trying to grab me.
Mm-hmm.
Could be to, like, poison me or whatever the fuck. I don't know what they do exactly. And I would just request, if you'd be so inclined, Alara, next time we go through a portal, if you see weird shit, maybe directly on the other side of that portal we talk about it.
She nods. Well, to be fair, I didn't know that it was going to be a problem.
Which is totally valid, I completely understand. I'm just maybe like, after this little jaunt that we just took.
Varys kind of is crouching down, looking over the armor that's left behind. Did either of you catch that it mentioned that it knew that you have had gods since you got here? It's been here a while.
I feel like it's also a valid conclusion to make. If it's been tailing me this whole time.
So, like, it came through the portal after we came through? We haven't been here for that long, right?
No.
No.
So, do you mean it was waiting for us before we got here? Or because it said it knew we were here because of me, right?
It probably saw you. Did one of them look at you?
It was only one. Yes, it looked at me.
So probably that one. Maybe it hitched a ride on your shadow or something?
Can they do that?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either.
How did it come through the portal without anyone knowing?
They're crafty little fuckers?
Unless it came through as a guard and just was like, oh, I'm late. I'm late. We should ask if anyone else came through the portal. Also, we broke their portal.
We didn't break it.
Well, I know, but our fault.
No?
My fault.
No?
No. No one's fault.
Did you tell it's that thing's fault? Did you, when you were gallivanting through the through the astral planes, did you say, hey bitch, you should come in here and destroy this portal?
I didn't see the stars this time. This was just like it was like stops on a train. It was like bing, 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 bing.
Okay, so when you were going through the stops on the train, did you look at the guy and when he was like, were you like, come here, bitch, let's...
No, I went,
you should destroy the portal.
I kind of gasped, I think.
Barris's mind is going a mile a minute, he's thinking. So you saw several different portals, you said.
Mm-hmm.
And this creature was at one of them?
Mm-hmm.
What did that portal look like?
Dark, like this inky black darkness that was like spreading.
Right.
And he was there, and then he looked at me. It was like a blink, you know? But it was slow. I don't know how to explain it.
Novik earlier said, don't get me wrong, I'm not laying blame on him or anything, that's not what I'm saying. Novik earlier said that this dam powered and supplied water to a few different towns nearby. I'm wondering, if we could get a map of those towns?
Mm-hmm.
Most likely.
Why? What's the thought process? Do you think they're going to take over one of the towns?
I'm wondering if they already have.
Well, I mean, representatives from the town should be coming shortly, so we'll know
One
then.
doesn't show up.
Right. Right.
Are you gonna should you message to Tanya?
She makes his face. I think her, thinning of her lips.
Like she ate something sour.
Yeah, like she ate something sour. Yeah, exactly. if if I were to tell Titania, I would be yoinked so fast from here, it wouldn't even be funny. I think we handled this.
We handled it?
Mm-hmm. Don't think she needs to know right now. I think this could be a post-mission brief. Maybe.
Ivy, this is much bigger than what we originally came for. And they're probably much stronger than we are.
Well, they're not here anymore.
She puts her hand up. Can they shapeshift? Like,
I have no idea. I don't know.
Do I know that?
did
Make a history check.
Make a shapeshifter check.
make a shapeshifter.
Make a.
Because he showed his true face was not the face that we saw the whole time, right? So isn't that shape changing?
That is, technically.
So like,
Did you
They
time
could-
it?
she giggles.
Barris laughs. This is,
No, it's not the time for jokes, Ivy.
That wasn't a joke. I'm
Well,
truly
maybe it's
asking
different.
if we think it might be a changeling.
I think it was quicker than 6 seconds.
It was like a whew,
So now we can rule out changelings.
but it's still a shapeshifter.
Mm-hmm.
Ivy, you know, did you make your history check?
No, I didn't. I got sidetracked.
Sorry.
It's okay. 13. Lucky 13.
Lucky 13? Okay. I don't think that you know exactly you can remember the full extent of their abilities,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that you remember Titania saying that they range priest to priest, depending on how powerful they are. All these priests of corruption, they used to be people at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So very well one of them could have been a changeling or a doppelganger or an Eladrin at one point.
She relays that, I think, to the party, and then says, so obviously that one wasn't powerful, or he would have stuck around.
Or he's just toying with us.
Varys does the maybe kind of nod.
Okay, so, are you gonna tell Titania?
No. She says, definitively.
I'll make it very clear, I think it's very risky that you're not going to tell Titania. I understand why you're not, because I know you don't want to be pulled back.
I mean, if you want to do the rest of this without me, I'll
Not
tell her
really.
right now.
I mean, if you leave, I'm leaving, so...
Laura's
So,
like,
Laura, if you want to do the rest of this by yourself...
I'm joking, you wouldn't leave him by himself.
No.
okay, so what are we going to tell the people about the portal explosion and the fire?
We don't know.
Wow, that's wild.
You can't lie. Well, it is wild, okay.
See, now you're getting to see the half-truth portion of lying. It's just withholding information and giving half-truths. It's the easiest way to lie.
Hmm?
Okay, well, this is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
So we need a map of so the priorities have changed. We need a map of the towns.
I feel like there's separate issues.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Varys, keep talking.
No, you go.
Maybe we're on the same page. I think we should probably sort out the giant fucking creature thing first, so that there's power here, and maybe we can move on.
We are on the same page. I was going to say, I think that dam should be our priority. If this is a planned thing, not saying that it is, if it is a person who did this, getting power back on for this town and the other towns might be crucial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then after that, Alara, you can fix the portal and we'll be fine.
I can fix the portal.
She's trying not to laugh as she nods.
Sure. Sounds like a plan.
Beautiful.
So back to the original objective. Should we find someone to talk to?
Onwards and upwards.
Exactly.
Ivy starts walking back to the town.
I have a question.
Yeah.
No.
The dart that she threw, does it have like blood of the creature on it?
No.
That's weird.
Is it empty at all, or is there still shit in it?
There's still shit in it. It never came out.
That's weird.
Well, grab your dart.
It doesn't have any DNA on it.
Did you want to clone him?
No, I wanted to see if we could find out what he was.
He was a bastard.
But it's really weird that there's no DNA on it. So what was he then?
A bitch.
She starts walking.
Just shakes his head and says, could have been a clone, perhaps. A copy.
Maybe.
Maybe he astral projected his body here, and he's still in the place that he was originally.
But the dart stuck into something.
Into the armor that's still here.
That's why it makes me think clone, you know?
Maybe he astral projected naked and then took armor off somebody.
Alara's walking.
Ivy, for the love of God, astral projection is your soul, not your
naked body.
Not your naked body.
I meant like his projection was naked, and then he grabbed.
You know, whatever.
You're really fixating on the naked part of this for some reason. For someone who's a raging lesbian, you're really into the naked part of this guy, which is okay.
You know, Alara, she just likes to admire art.
Mm-hmm. Like other people in this group I know.
She starts walking faster. She walks really fast away.
It's really fast. Does the emblem have a name on the back?
It does.
What does it say?
Doran.
Doran. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Time to go find this Doran. Hopefully.
His body.
Maybe he was taking a shower or something.
Mm-hmm.
Left his arm out.
I hope so.
Thanks so much for listening. We are grateful for the love and support.
If you're enjoying the show, please consider leaving us a 5-star review and tell your friends about us too. A like, subscribe, or share goes a long way for small creators like us.
If you want more Tales of 3, head over to our Patreon, where we have a ton of free bloopers and episode extras, as well as some paid tiers with even more perks.
Speaking of, we'd like to give a huge shout out and thank you to our Green Fiend Patreon supporters, Michael and Jen Bear.
Also, if you join the Red Rogues for $5 a month, you'll get access to RDCC, an after show where we deep dive into character motivations, player reactions, and give a glimpse at our creative process.
And with that, our story pauses here for today. Join us next time as we continue our adventures, and remember, it's never too late to start your own.
Bye!
Ivy,
sorry. It's okay.
I haven't
It's
been
contagious.
sleeping.
Me neither.
Hi,
Novik. Oh, sorry.
Hi, Novik.
I mean, he's just standing there
He's
like
not
a
gonna say a
weirdo.
word. He's just standing there.
Ivy's letting him just creep. It's fine.
All right.
He's
she
in
shrugs.
his guard attire.
Oh, then she leaves him alone. Okay, she doesn't say that. I thought he was just like fucking creeping in the hallway.
Yeah, he's just creeping. It's just because it's dark.
Yeah.
He looks like a creep.
It is so weird. Everyone's
There's
in
a
this dark hallway.
singular spotlight on him.
Yep. Somehow he glows.
It's like a detective now, like a detective movie.
Yes. No, there's one clip of me going, no. And Dusty's just like, no. When Basil said something that was like alarm was like disbelief, and I was like, no. It's very funny. Do we need to like take a time out today? Do we have some residual feelings about our conversation?
I don't
I'm
know,
just
Laura.
kidding.
Do we?
Everyone's very sassy today.
She's doing. Ivy's doing that like shit-eating half smile that she does sometimes.
It's mostly playful banter, I think.
Yeah.
No, I know. I just think it's funny.
All right. So we're all exiting the hospital / apothecary, I take it, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
No, I figured we could spend the rest of the next 3 episodes in the shadowy corner.
In the dark hallway.
Just in the dark hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Let me.
I don't
We were
need the name, I
scrolling
just
through their
need-
mind palace.
I need a guard rank. That's what I need.
Bye, Ariana.
No, Popper? Okay.
I just went to get a snack. I'm back.
You're back, Hopper. Do I want to give him a shitty name?
Heat backs.
Hey, Max.
Heat Max the world eater.
Oh, yeah, he's a level 1 fighter. He's a 1 gem fighter, and he's Heat Max. Destroyer of worlds.
They say give yourself a name for the job that you want, and not the job that you have. Let's go somewhere where there's not people.
Why? Hold on, let me stop reading.
Why?
Things are getting serious, aren't they?
Oh, Laura takes a sorry.
Laura chokes on her pretzel. Or we'll get the opportunity to get the information ourselves. My headphones just died. Give me a moment.
Oh my god.
What a fun little spin this has had.
I know. It always is. It's so funny.